morning and welcome to Vic and Vern Sports Chat. I'm Vic and welcome to the Daily Sports Update Show. Yeah, it's that time of the morning again. It is 7 o'clock Central European time and it's time for your daily dose of updates, everything happening in the sports world. Hope you guys are all doing well. What are we going to talk about today? Obviously a little bit of football because it's Table Tuesday, remember? So we go through all the tables of the European top teams. NBA, NHL, Major League Baseball, the rugby tables, the NCAA, men and women, lots to get into there. We'll talk a little bit of Eurobasket as well. Don't you worry. Take the topics away there quickly. Want to get hold of me? Email up top there, don't you worry. And we're on our way to 148,000, so do like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. But let's start, and we'll start in the Premier League because, it's hotting up there. It is hotting up after a big weekend of results. Look, Arsenal still 9 points ahead of City, but City got that game in hand and has probably got the momentum going with City as well now after their Carabao Cup win. So, let's see what happens. I think the next game for City is Liverpool, so that's a tough one as well. We'll see. I'm hoping for City win there so that Man United can relax there for that third spot. There you go. But it is United third, Aston Villa fourth, Liverpool fifth, and Chelsea sixth. But Brentford and Everton are definitely on their way. Also fighting for that Champions League spot. Maybe even Fulham. It is tight there in the Premier League. Let's have a look at the bottom of the Premier League quickly, because that is quite exciting there as well. Burnley Wolves was probably down, most definitely down. But West Ham, Spurs, Nottingham Forest, and Leeds fighting it out there. Crystal Palace should be safe. But Spurs and West Ham on a collision course, I think, for who's going to go down as the third team out the Premier League. Then we're looking in the Spanish table there. Barcelona still got a nice 4-point lead on Real Madrid, followed by Villarreal and Atletico Madrid. That would be your Champions League spots there in Spain. In Italy, buongiorno tutti. There you go. Inter 6 points ahead of Milan, followed by Napoli, a further point down, 7 down. Still 8 games to go, so all is still possible for the top 3. But Inter, obviously, they're in the pole position. Juventus in 5th, Roma in 6th. The surprise team really doing well. Como this year there. Good job there by Cesc Fabregas. He will be on the trainer coaching market, I think, at the end of the year. Lots of teams would like to have him. Then Germany, the Bundesliga. Look, they only play 34 games there, so also 7 games to go there. A 9-point lead for Bayern. You would be crazy not to bet on Bayern making it. Stuttgart and Leipzig take the other 2 Champions League spots at the moment. But Hoffenheim and Leverkusen are hovering. In the French League, bonjour. That's a tight one. Look, Paris got a game less there. But they're only 1 point ahead of Lens. Everything's still possible there. Those are the 2 fighting it out for the title. Marseille got that automatic 3rd qualification spot for the Champions League, and then they're followed by Lyon, Lille, Monaco, all in a race still to do something. Move over to the ladies in England. Looks like Man City's title there. 8 points ahead of Manchester United and Chelsea. Arsenal in 4th. Looks like Leicester are going to go down. In the Portuguese table, Porto looking strong, but look, Sporting got a game in hand. Win that game in hand, down to 4 points. Benfica still hovering as well. The big 3 there in Portugal definitely will fight it out for the title. Got lots still to get through. The Scottish League. The Scottish League is so exciting and so interesting. Surprising that Rangers in 3rd. Celtic. When was Celtic last in 3rd spot? But all on 31 points. The top 5 separated by the top 3 separated by 5. So looking interesting there. Let's all hope Hearts win. It would be good for the Scottish League. Livingston will be going down. Turkish League, Galatasaray, looking good. 4-point lead, game in hand over Fenerbahce. Can't see anything but a Galatasaray win this season. Been strong, even though they did get thrashed by Liverpool in the Champions League. In the Dutch League, 6 games to go in the Dutch League, and 15 points to lead. So any drop points from Feyenoord now, and it is PSV guaranteed the title. But let's be honest, they're going to win it. Swiss League, same thing. FC Thun will win the Swiss League. Biggest surprise in Europe, I think. In Austria, the top 6, they have split off from the rest of the league. There, it's all very tight. Anybody can still win that championship, 1-6. And in Belgium, Union St-Gallen was ahead of Club Brugge by 3. Yeah, they'll fight it out there. They will fight it out there. Let me just quickly go into the chat this morning. I didn't put it on the screen. I've got it on my phone. So let's see. We got Maxim. And we got a few people in there. That's good this morning. Great stuff. Then let's quickly just have a look at the EuroLeague. Basketball. These are the games coming up. Today at 5 o'clock, join Vern for Dubai against Panathinaikos. And which one am I doing? I'm doing the Valencia against Olympiacos game tonight. So join me for that. Let's have a look at that table because that is quite interesting there. As you can see, this evening it's Olympiacos, Panathinaikos. They will be playing against Dubai. You'll see the points there. Look, the top 5 should make the playoffs. And then if you look at 6th spot, that's Zalgiris. They've got 18 and 14. Same as the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, the 10th. And if we look at the bottom half, Dubai, they were 17 and 15. Milano was 16 and 16. So, big games there, big games. And if Dubai beat Panathinaikos this evening, oh, they'd be in the hunt. They would be in the hunt. Move to the NBA quickly. Have a look at those games from today. There was some big games there with some big players. The Lakers losing to the Pistons 110-113. Luka Doncic did have 32.7 rebounds and 6 assists. Wasn't enough because Mr. Jenkins there from Detroit had 30 points and 8 assists to lead the Pistons 113-110. The Pacers beat the Magic 128-126. Good game there for Pascal Siakam, 37 points and 6 rebounds. The Thunder win again, 123-103 against the 76ers. Chet Holmgren with 17 points, 9 rebounds and 5 blocks. The Spurs took care of my Miami Heat, 136-111. Wembanyama with 26 points, 15 rebounds and 5 blocks. These scores are all big today. No defense being played. The Hawks beat the Grizzlies 146-107. The Bulls beat the Rockets 132-124. Giddy there, the Australian, good day, mate. 15.7 rebounds and 13 assists. The Raptors spanked the Jazz 143-127. The Warriors took care of the Mavericks 137-131. The Trailblazers got past the Nets 134-99. Kamara there with 35 points for the Blazers. And the Clippers took care of the Bucks 129-96. Kawhi Leonard there with 28 points and 3 steals. What does that mean for the tables? Well, that's what we're going to look at right now because the NBA is hotting up. Don't forget playoffs around the corner. We'll check out. Let's go to the East. I mean, look, the Pistons have played 71 games. They've got 11 games to go. 11 games. What's that? About 3-4 weeks. The last month of the regular season coming up. Playoffs should start around about April, end of April, beginning of May. Pistons, the only team in the East to be guaranteed a playoff spot. They have qualified. And the Nets, the Wizards, and the Pacers are guaranteed not to be in the playoffs. They have been eliminated. Hence the E next to their name. But it's looking good for everybody else. Like I said, with about 10 games to go, the Milwaukee Bucks are, what are they? 8 games behind the Charlotte Hornets. So it's not happening. It is just not happening. The big question is, who's in the play-ins? At the moment, it's Philadelphia, Orlando, Miami, and the Hornets from Charlotte. Let's see if it stays like that. Then we move to the West. There, 2 teams have qualified already, Oklahoma City Thunder and the San Antonio Spurs. 3 teams eliminated, the Mavericks, the Jazz, and the Kings. Also there, look, round about 10 games to go, even less. The New Orleans Pelicans are, what are they, 9 games behind. So they're not going to make it. It's done. The question is, can the Warriors move up in the rankings? The Warriors are definitely going to be in the play-ins. I think the Trailblazers and the Clippers as well. It's a question, can the Suns still catch the Rockets? Don't think so. I think that's your playoff teams. we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. In the NHL, there was one game on Tuesday. Well, what's today? Tuesday, so it was Monday in the US. Senators beat the Rangers 2-1. Let's have a look at the tables there. No one qualified yet in the NHL for the playoffs, but in the Eastern Conference, in the two divisions there, it's looking good for Buffalo, Tampa Lightning, Montreal Canadiens, Carolina Hurricanes, Penguins, and Blue Jackets look good for the playoffs, and Boston and the Islands have now got the wild card games, but all the way down to the Washington Capitals, it's still interesting. I mean, the Capitals could leapfrog and still get into the playoffs directly, don't worry. In the West, there we have two teams that are qualified, the Dallas Stars and the Colorado Avalanche. The Wild should make it as well. The Ducks, the Vegas Knights, and the Oilers are in the playoffs at the moment, but Utah and the Nashville Predators got that wild card spot. The Kings, maybe, Kraken, San Jose, and Winnipeg still got chances. They are also, what they got, the games played. They're all also around about 12 games to go, so that's going to hot up really quickly. Major League Baseball, that is the preseason. The Dodgers and the Angels are still going at it at 7-7. The Brewers beat the Reds 9-1. The Rangers beat the Royals 3-2. The Rockies beat the Tigers 6-5. And the Guardians knocked off the Diamondbacks 7-0. They blipped them there. The Braves beat the Pirates 5-2. The Orioles beat the Nationals 2-0. The Athletics and the White Sox in an interesting game. The Athletics won that one 10-9. The Cubbies had no problems with the Yankees 15-6. And the Padres beat the Mariners 10-3. There's still a few games to go. The Rays beat the Phillies 7-0. And the Twins knocked off the Red Sox. I'm not going to put the tables out there. It is preseason. And that's almost, going into the last stretch of preseason there. Now we've got to talk about the NCAA. What's coming up? Well, on Thursday, the men start their Sweet 16. Texas will take on Purdue. Iowa will take on Nebraska. Iowa, who upset Florida, the Gators. Arizona will take on Arkansas, and Houston will take on Illinois. So as you can see, in that part of the draw, it is looking good there. I mean, all the big boys are still there, except for Florida. Then in the other regionals, St. John's will take on Duke. Alabama will take on Michigan. UConn will take on Michigan State, and Tennessee will take on Iowa. Could we have a Michigan playoff? That would be quite interesting as well, The Michigan team's going at it. Don't have to do the bracket because we did that yesterday. Let's look at the ladies. These were the results of last night, and there was an upset last night, I can tell you that. Kentucky, the 5th seed, beat the 4th seed, West Virginia 74-73. The Gamecocks from South Carolina didn't have a problem against the Trojans. The USC Trojans 101-61. UCLA took care of Oklahoma State there, 87-68. Vanderbilt got past Illinois 75-57. UConn, no problem with Syracuse, 98-45. Virginia upset Iowa, 83-75. Now, that was the upset, 10 seed knocking off the number 2 seed. Louisville took care of Alabama, 69-68 in a tough, tight one there. And Notre Dame, another upset there, knocking off number 3 Ohio State Buckeyes, 83-73. So good. Well done to the Fighting Irish there. What we're going to do is look at the women's bracket now, because we didn't do that yesterday because the games didn't finish. Here we go, full screen. So as you can see, we've got some interesting matches up there in the regional rounds. UConn will take on North Carolina. Notre Dame will take on Vanderbilt. UCLA will take on Minnesota. And Duke will take on LSU. Bottom half of that, the Gamecocks will take on the Sooners. TCU will take on Virginia. Texas Longhorns will take on the Kentucky Wildcats. And Louisville and Michigan will battle it out. There you go. So, yeah, it's going to be good, man. And we will start covering those games the minute the Sweet 16 and the Final 8 start. Let's go through the rugby tables quickly, just very quickly there this morning. There you go. That's your URC table there. Check out where your favorite team is. My favorite team, the Sharks, at 11th at the moment. Looking good for the Warriors and the Stormers. I think those are the two teams that have really got it nailed down. Otherwise, it's all open, and it'll be a big rugby weekend coming up. To show you what's coming up this weekend, there you go. Those are the games. We will be having the Sharks, Cardiff, Bulls, Munster, Lions, Dragons, and Stormers, Edinburgh on the channel. In the Super Rugby, whoa. Also there, Hurricanes out in front with the Blues, Brumbies, and Reds. So yeah, both Aussies and New Zealand teams doing well there. Big weekend coming up there as well in the Super Rugby, so be sure to join us for those games. We'll have 2 or 3 of those games, definitely. We'll let you know which ones are coming up on our Wednesday DEFCON Rugby show. The Premier League table, Saints and Bath out in front there, looking good for them. Newcastle, the Harlequins fighting it out for the wooden spoon. Big games coming up as well in the Gallagher Premier League. I can tell you that the Saracens Saints one should be an interesting one. We'll let you know more about that. And then we'll move to Japan. In the Japanese league, the Saitama Wild Knights out of front with the Kubota Spears, both on 50 points, followed by the Steelers and the Sun Goliath. What games are coming up this weekend? Well, the one I think everybody wants to watch is the Sun Goliath against the Wild Knights. That should be a good one. Blue Revs against the Kobe Steel, another interesting game. And last but not least, the table for the French league. Toulouse out in front, even though Toulouse did lose this week against... who did they lose against? Toulouse lost to... they lost to Bordeaux. Bordeaux moving up the table there, yeah. It's coming close to playoff time there as well. Things are hotting up in the French league. What cool games can we look forward to this weekend? Toulouse-Montpellier should be a good one. Stade France against Clermont, another one. Lyon against Bordeaux. So, good games there. Don't forget, this weekend we've still got Formula One. I don't know which Grand Prix it is. I think it's Japanese Grand Prix. I'm not sure. I think there's a Formula One Grand Prix this weekend. You know, then they got that big break due to the crisis in the Middle East. There's no Saudi Grand Prix this year, and I think there's nothing in Bahrain either. So a big break there. There'll be more NASCAR, IndyCar this weekend. Rugby, football. Well, no football on our channel because there's no Premier League this week. But are those qualifying games there? Who gets to still go to the World Cup? There's still a lot of games to be played there. You know, EuroLeague basketball coming up. So lots to enjoy. Guys, that was me for this morning. I hope you enjoyed Table Tuesday. See you guys on midweek Wednesday tomorrow. We'll talk about what's going on. And see you guys later at 5 o'clock. Vern will be doing the Dubai game against Panathinaikos. No Premier League prediction show this week because there is no Premier League on the weekend. So we'll keep that for next week. But be sure to join us and see you guys later. Ciao, ciao.